done with that fast life, trying to live slow. I ain't robbing man or trying to flip stones. Welcome to the lit show.
That was it. Even my brethren Philly Swain was on it. He battled K Shine on there, yeah. And it was, he smoked.
Bro, man used to go market every Sunday. Look for these DVDs.
Yeah, no, that was sick. That league, I'm mad happy that you said Lions then, because that's like the most, like, see over here, it's the same shit as KLTR.
Yeah, that's how it was. And I was watching those, but it wasn't like something I wanted to ever do. I was just watching it like, oh shit, this is fire. Sure. Like, I like this. Yeah. And it's part of rap and hip hop, so it's something I was bang on, like, no, we need this. We need this over here.
Oh, yeah. Your league is basically similar to that. It's like a UK version of that. See, I was saying KLTR, but that's
Snoop
only because it's
doing Million, and Snoop was doing
old type Michael Million, and I need to get him on here, but he don't want to be on camera.
Nah, he won't be on camera. He doesn't like being on camera.
I would love to. Imagine I got the first proper interview of Michael Million. That would bust.
And Michael Million, my first solo track, my Not City tune, was produced by Michael Million. You get me? So he was, if you had a mixtape hosted by Michael Million, or you had a beat made by him, you was up there. You get me? Like, you had to have, if your mixtape weren't hosted by Michael Million, them times you was like not saying nothing. I
think I know who you're talking about. He hosted one of the URL events at least, and he's a comedian or some shit, isn't he?
No. He's definitely not a comedian.
But I swear I've seen this guy. Is he URL though?
No, he was Gifted the Gab.
Yeah, he's British. He ran Gifted the Gab.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of someone else.
But Million and Snoop was doing Gifted the Gab. And I remember Snoop hollered at me and was like, yo, I'm doing this thing, will you come and co-host? And I was like, nah, I'm not going to come co-host, but I'll come and watch and see what you lot are saying. And at the time, I wanted to put together my own league, but a female one, because I had started watching Queen of the Ring. Queen of the Ring was brand new, and I was like, no, we need this over here. Like, for us, like, for females, we need that. But then there was no females, and everyone I asked was like, oh no, it's not really my thing, I don't want to do that, no. So I went along to Gift of the Gab, and then started going regularly to Gift of the Gab, and then Snoop was like, listen, I need you to co-host this thing because I'm trying to stop doing it. So eventually I was co-hosting at Gift of the Gab, and then me and Jay Finks, shout out to Jay Finks, we was co-hosting together. But she started taking me to Don't Flop events because she was friends with Rowan. So she started taking me to those events. So I was getting to go to the birthdays and the checkpoints and all of these things, which is where I met like the ambassador sat over there in the corner. You get me?
Old type Christian APH events.
Do you get what I'm saying? So I started seeing these things popping off, and then while I'm hosting Gab, it's getting more and more popular. But that's where my favourite talents have come from, like Gift of the Gab, iKid, Surfer, Pork Piff, like these man. Do you know what I'm saying?
Porky, and I seen the other day.
Fiora and Ace Boogie, and all of these kind of people were coming through. Man were coming from Birmingham and everywhere to battle on Gab. Like, Snoop and Million had a massive roster.
What's his name?
Like,
Snoop's my guy. Biggs, isn't it, from Birmingham, from High Rise?
Yeah, High Rise. Yeah,
that was meant to be on the URL thing with Fuhrer and that slot.
And imagine, look, High Rise had man from Birmingham and London. Tally and Dialect were both part of that as well.
Yeah, big up
Shocks. They put Shocks in that.
And Shocks the Rebel as well. Yeah,
we was at Gift of the Gab in when I battled Rivers.
Was he even about still?
Before the battle, I chat to Shocks still. I got his number still.
He smoked Central. You know what? Smoked him in it. My bedroom still.
Shocks sent me his son's tune. His son is fire still. Watch out for Shocks' son.
I heard as well.
Trust me.
I heard. But yeah, that was my intro into battle rap. Well, properly actually being involved in it.
Sorry, did you battle?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
So are you like a co-owner of No Loose Chat? Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did that happen? Obviously, like you said, you got invited to host that Gift of the Gab. I remember as well, like So's, I think Jaja So's co-hosted my battle versus Rivers with Norbs. You get me? That's a bit mad, isn't it?
The URL thing in South London.
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah. But so how did you end up becoming part of No Loose Chat then?
Because just Gift of the Gab was basically winding down. They weren't doing any more events. And
why is that? Does anyone really know why it is? Can anyone say? Because it just seemed it seemed like Gift of the Gab just rebranded without million. That's what it felt like to the man, like to the fans.
I hear that, but it didn't because I had long stopped going to Gift of the Gab events. There was some politics behind the scenes, and I just stopped going. So I was like, all right, cool, I'm not going to do this anymore. So I took a break off battle rap for a bit. I didn't go anymore. And then we were, the pandemic was starting to froth up. Do you get what I'm saying? So, and Snoop was like, I want to do something else. Tally was saying he wanted to do something, and they were having conversations that I wasn't involved in. And then later on, I got involved in the conversation, and it was like, okay, so let's start something new, totally different. So we've come up with the name based off of Tally's slogan.
I don't want to air No Loose Chat.
You get what I'm saying? So, and it seemed fitting. It just fit. So then we came up with this event called The Statement, and this card was like it was so fire. It was so good, and then the pandemic hit and we went into lockdown and we couldn't have that event. But then it was like, oh, fuck it then. We can't start this league because we can't have events. So there's not all we could do. We was just at a stalemate, and nobody was doing events. No one was doing anything. Snoop came up with this idea of doing a tournament, and that's how it started. You know what I'm saying? It just went from there. Bam. All right, well, we've got to do something because no one's doing events. Literally nobody was doing events outside of the online thing. But we just happened to have a sneaky little venue.
That was a little weird little era avenue where everyone was doing online battles, innit?
Yeah.
That was fucked. I hate online battles, man.
But we had found it was like a little secret way in. You get me? Like a loophole that we could manipulate and be like, all right, cool. We got this place.
Yeah.
Everyone made sure everyone was safe. Everyone wear your masks and da 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 da.
That's where they had to sit down, innit? Back in the lockdown things, people had to sit down and that.
It was mad still, but yeah, the way it came about, it was authentic. You get me? It wasn't a thing where man was like, okay, let's take Gab and rebrand it, because Gab wasn't my thing. It wasn't nothing to do with me, and it wasn't Snoop's thing. He was just part of it with Million and Boogie. And it wasn't Tally's thing, because Tally didn't have nothing to do with it either. Do you know what I'm saying? So us three coming together to create No Loose Chat was something at the time where London didn't really have a solid league that was going to be bigger and create something for everyone that was in London. Don't Flop had
Don't
this.
Flop weren't even active, innit?
Yeah, they had stopped at the time. So we was like, no okay, events, there's no leagues battles in London doing anything. Yeah. So we need something for the man them to be able to come and have something and say, right, this is ours. This is London and this is ours. You get me? So remember, Prem already had started their thing, but they were up there up north in Manchester, and they're doing all their events up there. They weren't doing events in London.
Yeah, they weren't coming to London.
So at the time, we was like, all right, well, cool. We can capitalize on this. We've got something that we can create for the man them to come and say, this is our thing. Like, this is yours. Like, we created this for you, kind of, basically. That's why No Loose Chat came about, because we wanted the man them to have something of their own in London.
And I'm not going to lie, No Loose Chat was probably the only league that was bringing in new talent at the time as well. Like,
yeah.
I think one of my criticisms with Premier Battles was that they launched this whole new sparkling brand new league with a brand new format, and we're doing this teams thing and da. My only criticism was that your whole roster is Don't Flop battlers. Do you get what I'm saying? So,
but then we had the same criticism, because everyone was saying our whole roster was Gift of the Gab battlers.
But at the same time, I
sprinkled
feel like,
in with some new ones. Do you get what I'm saying?
Of course, but I feel like at the same time, a lot of the Gift of the Gab battlers weren't really established in the kind of the don't flop.
Yeah,
kind
no,
of
they weren't.
scene.
They weren't.
So
because they weren't getting booked
still,
on anywhere else.
Yeah.
Aside from Gab, really.
That's what I'm saying. So it was still kind of, you lot were still bringing the talent and developing the talent. You know what I'm saying to you? And like even Tech, he battled on Don't Flop, like, you know what I mean, and Premier Battles, etc. But he developed himself on No Loose Chat, innit? And become a champion and things like that. So.
But that was like one of their aims as well, to be able to actually develop the talent rather than just be like, oh yeah, we want to book you, want to book you, want to book you. It's like, okay, if you're going to battle over here and you're new, we're gonna help you to develop your thing so that you've got a brand going forward. You get me? Rather than you just being that battle rapper, you've got an actual brand, and we're gonna help you to develop that brand as far as we can, or as long as you want us to. You get what I'm saying?
Well, of course. And you lot done the process tournament.
Yeah.
How did that come together?
That was, do you know what? That was Snoop's brainchild, you know. Snoop was, I think Snoop was just high one day and said, I'm going to do a tournament. And he just came, and it happened. And the first tournament was so good, because that's where we got, I think Tech versus Crash was first in the first leg. And then Tech versus YD was the final for that process tournament, which made Tech end up being the champ.
Did Tech retire YD?
I don't think so.
Has he battled since?
Yeah, he's battled since.
Okay.
Yeah, YD's battled a few times since then, I think. I'm sure he has. Yeah, he has. YD's battled a few times
Chris
since
is
then.
gonna get his phone out. He's doing the Clevelands.
He had a Prem battle. Did he battle Sam Hypes on Prem, I think? He battled. He battled on Error vs. Error.
Okay.
Who did YD get on Error vs. I can't remember. But yeah, YD's definitely battled since. He's definitely battled since time.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
No, but Tech's been on the street though. He's been smoking people, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you done the process. You done the process too. You done like you lot have done a lot of battles. Mm-hmm. Have you been booking battles and stuff like that? Do you have to like message people and be like, "Yo, do you want to battle?"
Yeah, all the time.
How's that? What's that like?
It's difficult. Boy.
I know what it's like.
Listen,
how are you to let them know? Because I know what that's like.
I'll say this: I've had many jobs in my life, yeah, and I've dealt with all different types of people.
It's like cold calling, isn't it? It's
But
like
I swear
sales.
to God, it's like selling it's like selling double glazing, fam. I swear to God, because I can't. For me, Snoop's like the battle rap whisperer.
Yeah.
Like, because he knows how to talk to these man and how to get the desired result at the end of the phone call.
He rings me every couple
You
of
get what I'm
weeks.
saying? For me, I get frustrated and I don't want to talk to these niggas. I'm like, listen, the diva thing, I can't deal with it. The egos, I don't give a shit about none of it. You either want to battle or you don't. Can we negotiate? This is your price. Okay, that's a little bit high for me. Can we negotiate or not? Whereas Snoop will go, yeah, that's your price. All right, cool. Say no more and we'll get back to you. And Snoop will get on the phone to me and Tally and be like, yo, my man said this. I'll be like, abso-fucking-lutely not. Tally will be like, boy, I don't know, you know. And then you get what I'm saying? Snoop will be like, boy, and I'm have to just make a decision. And you get it. Snoop's like the shot caller and me and Tally are like, you know what I'm saying? Snoop does a lot. Put it that way.
No,
that guy there, he does so much. It's unreal. But we are like the final decision makers at the end of it, me and Tally. But yeah, it's hard to talk to battle rappers sometimes, man. Cause
Done with that fast life, trying to live slow. I ain't robbing man or trying to flip stones. Welcome to the lit show. Made it through.